Take a look at the road the next time you're driving to work. You are surrounded by rolling debt. Right now, in America, the average new car payment has ballooned to over $750 a month. For many households, that's more than their groceries, their healthcare, and in some cases, it's creeping up on their mortgage. We've been conditioned to believe that a car payment is just a fact of life. Like a utility bill or taxes, we're told that if you want a reliable vehicle, you have to sign a 5, 6, or even 7-year loan agreement. But what if I told you that this one normal decision is the single greatest wealth killer in modern history? Today, we are going to pull back the curtain on the 2025 car market. I'm going to show you how cars have outpaced inflation by nearly 30%, and why the math of a new car simply does not add up anymore. Most importantly, I'm going to show you the millionaire's math. How a simple pivot from a car loan to a cash car and a basic index fund can result in a $1.2 million difference in your retirement nest egg. If you're tired of working for your car instead of your car working for you, you're in the right place. Let's break down the numbers. To understand why we're in this mess, we have to look at how much the price of entry has changed. Let's go back to the year 2000. 25 years ago, the average price of a brand new car was roughly $20,000. Now, if we adjust that $20,000 for standard inflation to $2025, that car should cost you about $38,995 today. That sounds reasonable, right? A nice mid-size sedan or a base model truck for about $39,000. But if you've stepped onto a dealership lot recently, you know that $39,000 doesn't get you what it used to. Today, the average transaction price for a new vehicle has skyrocketed to approximately $50,000. Do the math on that. You are paying an $11,000 premium over and above what inflation dictates. That is a 28% asset premium that you are handing over to the manufacturer and the dealer. Why is this happening? It's not just that parts are more expensive, it's that manufacturers have realized they can't make high profits on small, affordable cars. So they've stopped making them. They've loaded vehicles with massive touchscreens, complex driver assist sensors, and luxury trim packages that most people don't actually need, but everyone ends up paying for. When you buy a new car today, you aren't just paying for transportation. You are paying a 28% surcharge for technology that will be obsolete in 4 years and a status symbol that starts losing value the moment the tires hit the pavement. You are overpaying for a depreciating liability. Think about that. You are taking out a loan, paying interest, to buy something that is already 28% overpriced compared to historical norms, and that asset is guaranteed to be worth less tomorrow than it is today. It is the perfect storm for staying broke. This is why the cash car isn't just a frugal tip anymore. It is a mandatory survival strategy for anyone who wants to build real wealth. Now let's talk about what that $750 a month could actually do for you. This is where the wealth logic kicks in. We call this opportunity cost. Every dollar you send to a car lender is a dollar that cannot work for you in the market. Let's say instead of buying that $50,000 SUV, you buy a reliable, used cash car for $12,000. Maybe it's a 2018 Toyota Camry or a Honda CR-V. It's clean, it's safe, and most importantly, it's paid for. Now you take that $750 you would have been paying the bank and you put it into a low-cost S&P 500 index fund. Historically, the S&P 500 has returned an average of 10 to 12% annually over the long term. Let's look at a standard 6-year loan term. If you invest $750 a month for 72 months at a 10% return, at the end of that period, you don't have a paid-off car worth $20,000. You have a brokerage account worth roughly $74,000. But here is the magic of compound interest. Let's say at the end of those 6 years, you've grown accustomed to not having a car payment. You decide to leave that $74,000 alone. You don't add another penny to it. You just let it sit there and cook for another 25 years until you reach retirement age. At a 10% average annual return, that $74,000 grows to over $800,000. If the market performs at its upper historical average of 12%, that single 6-year car payment cycle turns into $1.25 million. Think about the trade-off. Is the new car smell and a 12-inch touchscreen worth $1.2 million in your 60s? Because that is the real price of the loan. When you sign that paperwork at the dealership, you aren't just signing for a $50,000 car. You are signing away your status as a future millionaire. The biggest argument people use to justify a $750 payment is reliability. They say, I can't afford for my car to break down. I need a warranty. Let's look at the math of repairs. If your cash car needs a major repair, let's say a total suspension overhaul or a new transmission, and it costs you $3,000, that feels like a hit. But $3,000 is only 4 months of car payments. You are still saving $6,000 that year compared to the person with the new SUV. Furthermore, used cars don't depreciate like new cars. A $50,000 car loses $10,000 in value the first year. That's $833 a month in invisible loss. A $12,000 car might lose $1,000 in value over the entire year. By buying used, you are letting the first owner take the 28% overprice hit and the 20% first-year hit. You are buying onto the flat part of the depreciation curve. This allows your net worth to climb while your neighbor's net worth sinks into their leather upholstery. The bottom line is this. The 2025 car market is designed to keep you in a cycle of perpetual debt. By recognizing that vehicles are currently 28% overpriced and choosing to opt out, you aren't just being cheap. You are being a genius. You are choosing a $1 million retirement over a $50,000 depreciating box. If you want more deep dives into the math of wealth and how to win with money in an overpriced world, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell.